It's time to look at the October 2022 real estate stats for the city of Vancouver. I'm sure you've seen a few of the headlines. Let me give you some numbers to think about. Sales are up 12%. Prices are up 10%. Sales are down 46%. What is going on? Let me break down the numbers for you. There's a whole bunch of things that you're going to read about in the media. Prices are down, prices are up, sales are down, sales are up. Here's what's actually happening. In the city of Vancouver, in the month of October 2022, we had less sales than we did in October 2021. That's not surprising. October 2021 was one of the best months we've ever had in the fall. Here's the actual numbers. In October, we had 537 sales in the city of Vancouver. That's up from September when we only had 480 sales, but it's way down from October of last year when we had 984 sales. Now, I've said this before, real estate is an issue of supply and demand. Demand is up from September. We had more homes selling, but it's down from last year. And that makes sense because interest rates have basically doubled since last year when demand was extremely high. So the other side of the equation is supply. We had 1,296 new homes come to the market in October. That's actually 56 less than came on the market in September. So supply has been decreasing every month. And at the end of the month, our inventory was actually lower than it was the month before. So even though sales have fallen, the number of homes available has declined off of historic levels, and those two things seem to be traveling in tandem. And every month, there's less and less homes available. And if this trend keeps up where we sell more every month, but there's less homes available, you're gonna find that equilibrium, that bottom on pricing, that's gonna kickstart the market into activity again. Now that supply number is really interesting because October was actually the lowest number of new homes to come on the market in any October since 2010. That was 12 years ago. We just had less homes in the city in 2010. There were less condos, there were less houses. So the October story actually isn't a whole lot different than September. Supply is down, demand is increasing a little bit, not overall in the market, but we sold more homes in October than we did in September, which is an indication to me that demand is increasing a little bit. And rates have seemed to stabilize, or at least we know where rates are. The current fixed rate seems to have baked in an additional 0.5 point percentage rate increase for the fall. So I don't anticipate that the mortgage rates are going to change dramatically in the future. So the rates that people are seeing today are the rates they're anticipating buying for the next couple of months. At which point, do I buy now? Do I buy in a couple months? If all things are equal, I might just buy now. Now, let's look at pricing in Vancouver. The average price is actually up since August of 2022. It's up 10%. The average price in August 2022 in Vancouver was $935,000. That's for all product types. Last month, October, it was $1,042,000. That's a 10% increase since August in average price. But average price is skewed in Vancouver because it depends on the basket of goods that we sell in any given month. So if we were to sell a couple multi-million-dollar mansions on the west side, maybe something on the waterfront, you would see the average price climb dramatically and it would spike in any given month. So the number that we prefer to use is the home price index. It's a whole combination of metrics that gives you like a rolling average that's seasonally adjusted and adjusted for the product type that may be selling in any given month. It takes away the sharp edges of any given month. Now the home price index is down, but it's only down $9,000 from last month at $1,219,000. $9,000 on a $1.21 million property is kind of a rounding error. So the home price index is actually flat month over month. Demand has increased and supply has decreased. It's a very interesting time in the market. All the outside forces read bad. War in Ukraine, bad. Supply issues, bad. China locking people down again, bad for supply chain. Inflation up, that's bad. Interest rates, bad. Every single thing we hear is a bad input going into the market. Now, there are different factors that affect different parts of the market. Houses and condos are affected differently by interest rate hikes depending on who's buying and what their income level is and what the average price was. All of those things come in to say, you have a micro market. But the Vancouver market, just Vancouver proper, it's got some interesting dynamics. Now, if you want to know what's going on in your micro market, if you have a condo on the east side, a house on the west side, a condo downtown, you're going to want to spend some time really delving into the numbers to figure out what's going on in your micro market. But right now, I'm going to tell you things are pretty balanced. They're not really fast. They're not crazy slow. It's not catastrophic by any means. I'm not getting calls from desperate sellers, and I don't have buyers who are throwing up their hands in frustration and walking away. All that's happened is just a general calming of the market. We're heading into a seasonal slowdown, And I don't know when you're watching this, but it's probably raining or maybe even snowing outside. Things are going to be slower, and I'd encourage you to ignore the headlines, stick to the real numbers. Prices are up and down. Sales are up and down. Volume is up and down. Inventory is actually down by anybody's metric. So whenever it comes to what you want to do, make sure you understand your own numbers. I hope this helped. If you found this information useful, be sure to click, subscribe, and share with your friends.